Hello, my name is Ector. Welcome back. Welcome back to Life in the Woods Renaissance. Yes, we've had to take an extended break and hopefully all's going well. I'm kind of wandering around very slowly. I've had issues. I've had more issues. I keep having OpenGL crashes. I don't know why. But yeah, things are going kind of badly in this old world, and I don't really know what's happening. So today I thought, just because I want to do like one episode where nothing crashes, nothing happens. So I thought I won't do any building just in case anything gets corrupted. And I thought we'd go into the mines and do a little bit of mining, because I probably need to do some stuff anyway. So we're going to do a bit of that. I hope that's okay. Apologies if you wanted kind of more progress, but I just kind of feel stuff isn't going to happen. And I've just been mining for a little bit. I managed to pick up some stuff, which is cool. But how is everyone doing? Is that iron? Yes, it is. Missed that. So hard to see with shaders on what stuff is. Like diamonds, especially with shaders on, look very strange. And yeah, I am going past coal and stuff. I'm all right for stuff like that. No, that's just that's water. Okay, let's just go a little bit farther here, and then we're just gonna start branch mining down one of these strips, I think. Let's do that. Actually, let's put that on the same wall. There we go. So yeah, how is everyone doing? Have you missed Life in the Woods? Have you not missed it? I don't know. I've kind of missed it, but I've also got to a point now where, because it keeps giving me issues, I keep dreading kind of getting it all set up and getting ready, and then not being able to record. I've got to that point. I don't need redstone. I do not need redstone. So yeah, I feel a little bit like, I don't know. So far today, we're looking good. We're looking pretty good. It looks like we might be okay again. But this is not helpful. I really want to finish the mansion. And I can't even at the moment. I've not even been able to kind of finish it in creative, because I just cannot keep Life in the Woods open, the instance, at all, to save myself. I cannot do it. So we're going to take it slow. Let's eat a little bit. There we go. No, we did not eat then. There we go. Okay. So yeah, so how is everyone doing? Obviously, I can't even remember what we did last episode, like the last proper episode, because it seems like it was ages ago. Ooh, more iron, good. More iron. Iron is good. Yeah, there we go. And I'm probably putting more torches out than I need to. But you know what? I've got to say, like, 1.7 does feel very old now. I know I've already said this, but I know modpacks are like moving on to 1.10 now, which is crazy. It is absolutely crazy, and I have very much got used to using my my offhand in modpacks now, and not being able to do this here now is really, it feels, I don't like it. I'd love to be able to just keep a torch out, because also torches in this, there's dynamic lighting, so that's really quite nice. It's really nice. Salt. I don't need salt. Now, I know some of you as well will be saying, why aren't you doing kind of proper kind of branch mining, proper technique? And I know of it. I know the best ways to kind of get resources, but I've also become a little bit lazy when it comes to Minecraft mining, and that's because sometimes I find it quite irritating, with poke holes to kind of, I've got iron there. That worked. That's stepping on my point there a little bit. No, come on, there we go. Anything else? No. But to keep having to do, that kind of thing, where you keep making poke holes like that, and then go across and make make some more poke holes. You probably can't see that. And I don't know, I find it a little bit irritating. So I've kind of stopped doing that, and instead what I do is I just go in one line. I just go in one line, and eventually you'll hit something. And what it means is I can kind of turn off a little bit more, you know. I don't have to concentrate as hard. I don't have to work as hard. And yeah, I might have to do it for a little bit longer, but generally, I just find it easier. You know, I can kind of watch other YouTube videos whilst I'm doing stuff. And that is a big thing, you know. I've got a lot of series going now. That means a lot of mining. So I tried to make it easy on myself, and this is my new technique. I don't know what kind of techniques do you guys have for mining? You know, long stretches of mining. And also, oh my, a lot of stuff has happened, I think, in the weeks since my last proper episode. Oh, have I got water? Dang it. No, I don't. That is irritating. But we have that. That's just redstone. That's nothing exciting. More redstone. Yeah. Oh, more iron. Let's take that. Let's just make sure there's nothing under here. Yeah, the world has gone absolutely crazy in the time since my last proper Life in the Woods episode. Britain, in its infinite wisdom, decided by a majority of about 1 million and 1.4 million to leave the European Union. Oh, that was just redstone. I thought that was iron. Which is a decision I was not happy with. I very much voted in. Let's just go a little bit farther down and start a new tunnel. There we go. Yeah, I really wasn't happy. I'm quite devastated. I'm really devastated. This, like, already, of course, you probably know already now, the amount of kind of panic and damage it's already done, and we've not even left yet. Like, and we might even not leave now. We don't know. Like, it's just pandemonium. The day after the event, I was meant to do a shift at work, and it got cancelled because of us leaving. So I've already lost money due to this. But it's insane. It's absolutely insane. And now, you know, we don't really have a prime minister. We don't really have an opposition. So, you know, over here we kind of have an opposition party, and that is kind of, the opposition party is not really doing well either. They're kind of turning in against themselves. It is pandemonium. Like, people don't really know if we're actually going to trigger. So in order to leave the EU, you have to trigger what's called Article 50. And that kind of starts the process. And David Cameron very much said, like, I don't think that should be me to do it. I'm resigning. I think, you know, you guys need to have someone that was for leaving the EU to be doing all this, which I partially understand, but also, you know, it was him that got us in this mess in the first place, and he's kind of just skipped out now. So we might not now as well. There's some people thinking that we, you know, because of all the crazy damage done, we might actually not leave it. We might just not leave it. And someone asked me on one of my videos, you know, what has happened, and just in case you don't know, maybe you do, but if you don't, and if you're wondering kind of, you know, how it kind of happened, that it seems to a lot of people, it probably seems obvious, like leaving the EU seems like obviously a bad idea, and it does, and it is. But a lot of people, you know, first of all, they were lied to. There was a lot of lies going around from the Leave campaign, which was the campaign to leave the EU. Like blatant lies, which have now all come out as being completely false. And a lot of people who voted Leave kind of voted based on those things, and are now kind of going, what? So these were all lies, and you know, the Remain people, they were telling the truth, and you know, you like, yes, of course, these were things, but also sadly, you know, people got, they used it as a vote, a lot of people, to show their dismay at the government. You know, poorer areas and more working class areas used it to, you know, basically show the government that they weren't happy with them, which, like, I completely understand, you know, wanting to do that, but they kind of did it at the worst possible moment with something that basically, well, it doesn't even relate, because obviously the EU hasn't really got anything to do with them a lot of the time, and actually the EU probably helps quite a lot of those people as well, but there's so much lies and fear, immigration as well, which is awful, and it seems to have kind of legitimized a lot of kind of racist behaviour, you know, and it's just awful. It's just awful, and Britain is not like this, you know. A lot of Britain isn't, and it's just awful. It's just such a mess. Like, reading the news every day now is just, it's just terrible. It is just terrible. So it's dark times in Britain. Really don't know what's going to happen. Like, it is crazy. It's crazy over here, and I think a lot of people are worried, you know. But yeah, but that is that. And then to top it all off, England got beaten by Iceland in the Euro 2016 tournament, which was it's a shock in the sense that we should not have got beaten, and it's not a shock because this is a classic England kind of football team thing to do. Actually, let's stay on the same. No diamonds. Yeah, this is a classic England kind of manoeuvre. Have I got any coal? Yeah, I do. Let's make some more torches. So the country twice has gone out of Europe. That is the current joke. Twice in 1 week we've left Europe embarrassed and completely deflated. So yeah, so I hope if you are in another country, not Britain or England, I should say, because, you know, Scotland very much wanted out. Although Wales did vote to leave as well. But if you're not from around these parts, then I hope that your country is doing better than mine is right now. I really do. And if you're in America, then you. Right, I will say this about the voting, and this is the last thing I'll say about it now. A lot of the older generation voted to leave the EU. It was generally the older generation, say about 50 up, percentage-wise, voted, you know, much more in favour of leaving. Now, which, you know, a lot of people are complaining about, saying obviously, you know, the kind of younger people got kind of, you know, messed over by the older. You know, the older generation voted for a future that the younger generation didn't want. That's the kind of line that's going around. But if you look at the kind of the breakdown of the voting percentages, the younger people did not vote nearly half as much as the older generation, by which I mean a bigger percentage of the older generation actually bothered to turn up and vote compared to the younger generation. It was quite woeful, and seeing those figures were terrifying. So especially if you're in America right now and you are worried about Trump, which, let me tell you, the whole world is worried about Donald Trump right now as well, you need to go out and vote. Like, you need to vote. Don't think that your vote does not count, because a lot of people from the Leave, you know, they voted Leave, and then they said afterwards, I can't believe we've actually left. I didn't think my vote would matter, and they wanted to change. You know, they would have changed their vote because they just didn't think it would happen. They used it as a protest vote. So, like, your vote matters. It matters so much. So make sure, you know, don't not vote. Don't let it don't leave it up to other people, especially if you're younger. You need to go out and vote because, you know, it's your future. It's part of your future. So definitely go out and vote. You know, make other people go out and vote. Don't let it happen. Don't let it happen to your country. But yeah, there you go. That's what I'm going to say on voting. Although, just on that, and I know this is now like a talky episode, and so far it looks like we're doing all right. Like it seems to be, life in the woods seems to be holding out for me today, which is good. I'm pleased with. But I've been reading an article about how elections might not be the best democratic way to go about things, and I think they make some very good points, because a lot of people, when voting, they're swayed by their kind of gut feeling rather than the facts, and this is how a lot of kind of politics is now done. You know, they use what's called spin, you know, to bend the truth towards, you know, what they want people to vote for, and often facts kind of get left behind. And there is a system, and I can't remember what it is called now. Hang on, let me quickly just have a look. It is called sortition, which is a different way. It's a different way of going about voting and deciding things. What they do, and this is very interesting, what they do is they take a slice of a representation of the population. So, you know, people from all walks of life, they take, like, you know, just a big sample size basically, and they teach them. You teach them the facts, you go through the facts, you make them informed about, you know, whatever there is to vote upon or to decide or anything like that. You spend, you know, not a small amount of time, like a good amount of time going through everything, debating and all of that, and then it is those people that decide with the facts in mind what is actually happening. So they, in essence, vote being, you know, having been taught what all the consequences and all the, you know, everything that needs to be thought about, they will then decide. And I think it's interesting. I think that's possibly a lot more fair, because the whole point is then obviously they have a sample size, and sample sizes are they tend to be quite accurate. So I'm quite on board with this idea, and obviously the person who wrote this article said, you know, this is how juries work. This is how juries work, and people take that quite seriously once they actually have to do it. There's good evidence that people take it very seriously, so why wouldn't people take it seriously if they had to decide for the entire country as well? So it's an interesting idea, sortition. I've just learnt about that, and I think, yeah, I quite like it. I think that's a very interesting proposition, and I'd like to. Apparently Ireland have kind of brought it in a little bit more, and there's been tests otherwise other places as well, and I think it originated in ancient Greece. I think that's where it kind of came from. But yeah, sortition, there you go. That's a little thing there for you. Now, I'm aware that about 20 minutes has passed now around that, which is this kind of standard kind of time for my episodes. So I might call it there. Now, this has been, if you're a bit disappointed with this episode, I apologise, but I really wanted to just get one episode kind of actually recorded. I was kind of losing my mind a bit trying to get any recording done of Life in the Woods. So I thought I'd do an easy episode to kind of try to get us back into actually being able to record. And the fact that I've been able to do this is a good sign. This is a good sign. So hopefully next episode we can actually start building again, because I want to get this mansion finished. It needs to happen. It needs to finish. Now, got a good amount of iron there, not too bad. Disappointed that we didn't get a bit more diamonds, but there you go. So thank you very much for watching. Let me know your thoughts on anything that I've mentioned in the video today. I'd love to hear them. You guys are always quite amazing at kind of replying, and and coming up with your own opinions. Is it light outside? Yes, it is. Let's take the cart back up. There we go. Come on. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Bear with me. The kind of the proper return of Life in the Woods is on its way, and hopefully I will see you soon with more building. But anyway, I've been Ector. This has been Life in the Woods, a very chatty Life in the Woods, and I will see you in the next one where we will be building. Bye bye.